If you are watching this right now, stop. Just stop for 1 second. Because what I am about to say to you is not what you think it is. This is not another motivational video. This is not another spiritual pep talk that feels good for 20 minutes and then disappears the moment your phone screen goes dark. What this is a message that was held in waiting. For you. Specifically for you. At this specific moment in your life. And I know you have heard that before. I know someone has said those exact words and you smiled politely and kept scrolling. But today is different, and somewhere inside you, in that place you cannot fully explain, that quiet place underneath all the noise and the pain and the questions, you already feel it. You feel that this one is different. So stay with me, because what I am about to show you will change how you see everything that has been happening to you. Everything. Let me ask you something. How long have you been carrying this? Not the surface stuff, not the things you tell people when they ask how you are doing and you say fine, because it is easier than the truth. I mean, the real thing. The weight that is there when you wake up at 3 in the morning and the room is quiet, but your mind is not. The specific heaviness of feeling like you are in a battle that nobody around you can fully see. The exhaustion that is not about sleep, the kind of tired that comes from fighting every single day in ways that most people in your life have no idea about. How long? Because for some of you it has been months. For others it has been years. And the question that keeps coming back, the one you try not to ask out loud because it feels dangerous, feels like it might shake something you need to hold on to, is why? Why is it this hard for me specifically? Why does it feel like I am always the one carrying the heaviest thing? Why have I done everything right? Believed everything I was supposed to believe, held on when everything in me wanted to let go, and it still feels like this? That question is not weakness. That question is not lack of faith. That question is the question of someone who is deeply, specifically chosen. And today you are going to understand why. But before I tell you that, I need to tell you something first. Something honest. Something that most people in this space will not say to you because they are afraid it will discourage you. The battle you are in is real. Not symbolic. Not metaphorical. Not a test that looks harder than it actually is. Real. The pain is real. The pressure is real. The things that have been pressing against your life from what feels like every direction at once, they are not in your imagination. They are not exaggerated. They are not you being dramatic or weak or faithless. They are genuinely happening. And I am not going to stand here and tell you that if you just believe harder, if you just pray more, if you just shift your perspective, everything will feel lighter. Because you have been believing, and you have been praying, and you have been shifting your perspective until you ran out of ways to shift it. And it still feels heavy. So let me tell you the truth. The truth that changes everything. The reason the battle is this real is because you are this important. You do not send everything you have after something that does not matter. You do not deploy that level of opposition against someone who is not a significant threat to everything the darkness is trying to build. The weight of what is coming against you is a direct reflection of the weight of what is inside you. And what is inside you is terrifying to everything that is working against your purpose. Now I need you to hear what I am about to say, and I need you to let it go all the way in, past the part of you that deflects, past the part of you that says yes, but you do not know my situation, past all the protective layers you have built up from a lifetime of hoping and being disappointed. Let it go all the way in. Someone powerful is defending you right now. Not in a future season when you have your act together. not after you have healed enough, or believed enough, or proven yourself enough. Right now, in the middle of the mess, in the middle of the confusion, in the middle of the battle that has been pressing against you from every direction. Right now, in this moment, as you watch this video, someone who operates at a level of power that your mind cannot fully contain is standing between you and everything that is trying to reach you. And I know that raises a question. I know exactly what you are thinking. If that is true, why does it still feel like so much has gotten through? If someone that powerful is defending you, why are you still hurting? Why did the thing you were afraid of actually happen? Why did the person you trusted actually betray you? Why did the door you needed to open actually stay closed? If the defense is real, why does the damage feel real too? That is the question that changes everything. And the answer is not what you are expecting. Being defended does not mean being untouched. Read that again if you need to. Being defended does not mean being untouched. It means nothing that touches you has the power to finish you. There is a difference, a massive, life-altering difference. The defense around your life is not a glass bubble that keeps all pain outside. It is a boundary. A specific, intentional, sovereign boundary that ensures that nothing, no attack, no betrayal, no loss, no scheme, no weapon can do what it was designed to do, which is end you, remove you from purpose, take you out permanently. Think about everything that has come against you. Think about the things that were supposed to break you. The situations that by every natural measure should have destroyed your faith, your hope, your ability to keep going. And then look at where you are right now, watching this video, still here, still searching, still carrying something in you that refuses to die, no matter how many times circumstances have tried to kill it. That is not luck. That is not coincidence. That is the defense operating exactly the way it was designed to, not keeping the pain out, keeping the pain from finishing what it started. But here is what I really need you to understand. And this is the part that is going to shake something loose in you. Some of what reached you was allowed through, not because the defender was absent, not because he was distracted or powerless or did not see it coming. Because he saw it coming long before you did, understood exactly what it was, knew exactly what it would cost you, and let it through anyway. With full knowledge of what you carry, with full understanding of what you need, with eyes that can see the outcome from the beginning, he looked at certain things heading toward your life and made a decision. Not a comfortable decision. Not a decision that prioritized your immediate peace over your eternal purpose, but a decision rooted in something deeper than comfort. He let it through because of what it was going to produce in you. The resilience that cannot be manufactured. The depth that only comes from having been in the deep end. The specific, irreplaceable wisdom of someone who has been where they have been. The compassion that reaches people no one else can reach because you have sat in rooms that most people have never sat in. There are people in your future who are waiting for someone who has been through exactly what you have been through, who will only open the door to someone who has the specific scar that proves you were there, who cannot receive the message from someone who has never carried the weight, and the one defending you knew that. He could see those people from the beginning. He could see the version of you that comes out on the other side of this. And he made the choice, not cruelty, not absence, not failure. Intentional, painful, precise, deeply loving strategy. That is not a defender who abandoned you. That is a defender who loves you so specifically, so completely, that he was willing to let you hurt in order to make you whole in the way that nothing else could. Now I want to tell you who this defender is. Because I do not want this to be abstract. I want it to be specific. I want it to land on you with full weight. The one defending you is Jesus. And before you file that into a category you already have a relationship with, before your mind goes to something familiar or religious or comfortable, let me tell you what that actually means for where you are right now. Jesus as your defender is not a theological concept sitting on a shelf. It is a present, active, specific, right now reality. He is not watching from a distance. He is not waiting at the finish line to congratulate you on surviving. He is in it. In the pressure. In the silence. In the 3 a.m. moments when the room is dark and the fear is loud. In the specific weight of what you are carrying today. He is there, not as a spectator, as a defender, actively moving, actively blocking, actively redirecting, actively fighting on your behalf in dimensions that you do not have access to. In the spiritual realm, in the hearts of people, in the circumstances forming around your life right now. Fighting in ways you will not fully comprehend until eternity hands you the full picture. But here is what you need to know today. He is not passive. He is not watching and hoping things work out for you. He is working. Right now. Specifically for you. And I want to show you exactly how. Because the defense is not invisible when you know what to look for. You have been missing it because you did not know what it looked like. But after today, you are going to start seeing it everywhere. The first way the defense has been operating in your life is through divine redirection. And I need you to think about this carefully. How many doors have not opened for you? How many opportunities fell through at the last minute? How many plans looked completely solid and then collapsed in ways you could not fully explain? And in those moments, every single one of them felt like failure. Felt like the defense was absent. Felt like God was not paying attention, or did not care, or was not moving the way you needed him to move. But what if? What if every single one of those closed doors was the defense operating at its most precise? What if what was on the other side of that door was not what it appeared to be from where you were standing? What if the opportunity that fell through at the last minute was heading you away from your purpose instead of toward it? What if the plan that collapsed was built on a foundation that would have cost you everything in year 3, even though it looked perfect in year 1? The divine redirection looks like failure from the outside. It looks like disappointment. It looks like nothing working. But it is actually one of the most active forms of love in your life. Your defender moving things out of your path that would have taken you further from the destination. And it has been happening more consistently than you have been able to see. The second way the defense has been operating is through divine interception, and this one is going to stay with you. There are things that were coming for you that never arrived. Attacks that were launched and intercepted before they reached their target. Plans formed against you in rooms you were never in, by people you may never know about, that were neutralized before you ever felt them. Conversations happening about you that were shut down by something nobody in that room could explain. Schemes that were fully developed, fully prepared, aimed directly at your life that simply stopped. And you have no idea. You have no idea how many things that were supposed to touch your life were stopped before they got there. You do not have access to that information. But the enemy of your purpose does. And that is why the attacks that do reach you carry so much frustration with them. Because the majority are being intercepted. And the one doing the intercepting has a 100% success rate on everything he decides will not reach you. The defense is not just responding to what has already arrived. It is stopping things before they begin. Continuously. On your behalf. Without you ever knowing. The third way is through divine timing. Think about the moments in your life where something arrived at the exact right time. Not early, not comfortable, but exactly when the gap was at its widest. The person who showed up when you had stopped expecting anyone. The word that came when the silence had been longest. The provision that appeared right at the edge of the cliff. The door that opened the specific day the last option ran out. That timing, that specific, undeniable, only something sovereign could have arranged this timing, is the defense expressing itself through orchestration. God arranging the pieces of your life in a sequence designed to ensure you have what you need at the exact moment you need it. Not always early, but never, not once, not ever. Too late. Divine timing. And it has been happening in your life longer than you have been tracking it. The fourth way the defense operates is through divine positioning. You are not where you are right now by accident. The city, the season, the specific uncomfortable in-between place that feels like nowhere. It was chosen, not just by you, by a defender who can see what is coming before you can and positions you in the place you need to be for what is about to happen. And sometimes divine positioning feels like dislocation, like you ended up somewhere you did not plan, like circumstances pushed you into a place that does not feel like where you belong. Like you woke up in the middle of a season that makes no sense from the outside. But God does not position you for the comfort of the present. He positions you for the necessity of the future. And the place that feels wrong right now might be the exact right place for what is 3 months away. Trust the positioning, even when it is uncomfortable, especially when it is uncomfortable. The fifth way, and this one is the most personal. The defense has been operating through the preservation of you, your mind, your faith, your will to keep going. Because there have been moments, and you know exactly which ones I am talking about, where by every natural measure you should have broken, should have given up completely, should have walked away from faith, from purpose, from the belief that any of this was real or worth it or leading anywhere. And you did not. Not because you are superhuman. Not because your faith is stronger than everyone else's. Because something preserved you. Something kept a flame alive in you when everything external was working to extinguish it. That quiet, daily, specific keeping. That is the defense working at its most intimate. Not in the circumstances. In you. In the place where you actually live. Keeping the hope breathing. Even when it was barely breathing. Keeping the faith from going completely dark. Keeping one ember alive long enough for the next season to arrive. That is your defender at his most personal. And it has been happening every single day. Now, I need to speak directly to some of you. Because different people are watching this carrying very different things. And I want every single one of them to hear what is specifically for them. If you are in a legal battle right now, the defender is in that courtroom with you. Not symbolically, not just spiritually in the sense of you having peace while things go wrong. He is influencing, redirecting, moving in dimensions that no human lawyer has access to. The outcome of that situation is not outside of his authority. He sees the injustice. He sees what was done. He sees the truth that is being obscured and twisted and buried. And his authority extends into every room, every hearing, every decision that has bearing on your life. You are not alone in that room. You never were. If you are in a spiritual battle, the kind that feels darker than ordinary circumstances, the kind that carries a weight that goes beyond what you can explain to other people, the defender is more powerful than what you are feeling. Spiritual darkness does not intimidate him. It does not catch him off guard. His authority operates in every realm, natural and spiritual. And the battle you are in was already decided before it reached you. You are not fighting for a victory that might happen. You are walking through the outworking of a victory that was already won. The fight is real. The outcome is not in question. Walk accordingly. If you feel completely alone right now, I am not going to minimize that. The specific loneliness of a battle nobody around you can fully see. The particular weight of going through something in a crowd of people who love you but cannot reach the place where you actually are. That is one of the heaviest things a human being can carry. But alone and undefended are not the same thing. And the one defending you is present in the loneliness itself, not waiting for it to end before he shows up. Present in the middle of it, sitting in it with you, feeling what you feel, because the God who defends you became human. He felt it, the specific heaviness of being surrounded by people who could not reach where he actually was. He knows loneliness from the inside, and he brings that specific earned from experience understanding into your exact moment of alone. You are not undefended. Not even there. Especially there. If you have been betrayed, if you opened a door to someone and they used that access to wound you in a way that still echoes, the defender saw every moment of it. He is not asking you to pretend it was not as bad as it was. He is not asking you to rush the healing or perform forgiveness before you have actually processed the wound. What was done against you did not escape his notice. Not one moment of it. And the defense extends into the vindication, the restoration, the returning of what was taken, the rebuilding of what was damaged. He restores, not in a way that papers over the wound, in a way that makes the restored thing stronger than the original. The restoration coming is more thorough than the betrayal was damaging. That is who you are dealing with. Now I want to give you something to walk out of this with, because knowing you are defended is supposed to change something about how you live, not just how you feel in this moment, how you actually move. The first change: stop fighting battles that belong to your defender. There are fights in your life right now that you are exhausting yourself trying to win with your own strategy, your own strength, your own ability to figure things out. And they are not yours to win. They belong to the defender. And every drop of energy you spend fighting them yourself is energy taken away from what you are actually called to do. Give them over. Specifically, name them. Say, "This one is yours. I am stepping back. I am trusting you with this." And then actually step back. Not passive, strategic. Do what he asks you to do and leave the rest to the one who can do what you cannot. The second change: start walking like someone who is defended. Not arrogance, not pretending everything is fine. The quiet, settled, unshakable confidence of someone who knows who is walking with them. Walk into the difficult room. Have the hard conversation. Take the step that fear has been blocking. Not because you are not afraid, but because you know that the one walking beside you is greater than whatever is waiting in the room you are afraid to enter. Walk like that, starting today. The third change: stop performing strength and start receiving help, because one of the most painful ironies in the life of a chosen one is this: the people who are most defended, who have the most powerful help available to them, are often the ones least willing to receive it. Because you have been strong for so long. You have been holding everything together for so long. You have been the one other people come to for so long. That receiving feels foreign, even from God. But the defender cannot operate fully in a life that is too busy proving it does not need defending. Let him in, into the specific places you have been holding together on your own, into the battles you have been fighting without telling him how scared you actually are, into the wounds you have been managing rather than allowing to be healed. Let the defender do what he came to do. I want to close with something I want you to carry. Long after this video ends, long after this feeling fades, something that holds. You are not the most powerful force in the battle you are in, but the one defending you is. And that changes everything. It changes what you are afraid of. It changes how you face the morning. It changes how you interpret closed doors. It changes your relationship with the unknown, because the unknown is fully known by your defender. Every piece of it, every person in it, every outcome that is still invisible to you. He already sees it, and he is already there. It changes your capacity to rest, because rest is possible when the one keeping watch never sleeps, never gets tired, never gets overwhelmed, never looks at your situation and thinks, this one might be too complicated. And it changes your hope. Because hope rooted in the defender's power is not fragile. It is not dependent on circumstances being favorable. It is not shaken by what it cannot see. It is not crushed by what it can. It is the settled, certain, anchored hope of someone who knows one thing above everything else. The one defending me has never lost. Not once. Not ever. Not one battle in all of history has ended with the defender defeated. And he is not about to start with yours. So face the weak. Face the situation. Face the thing that has been pressing against you with everything it has. Not with manufactured courage. Not with pretended strength. With the real, God-sourced, defender-backed confidence of someone who knows. I am not in this alone. Someone powerful is defending me. The most powerful force that has ever existed chose me. And he is not letting go. Not today, not tomorrow, not ever. You are defended. Now walk like it.